The general brought home a woman who appeared gentle and harmless in public, yet bared her fangs at me behind closed doors. One day, when the general came over, the scheming woman slapped herself. By reflex, I flung myself to the ground, clutching my face and gazing at the general with tears streaming down my cheeks. "Don't blame your sister, it was my own carelessness." The schemer froze. "Wait, how did you just say my lines?" Me. Ush. So this is all you've got? Little green tea. Main text. In our family of 4, everyone except my mother is a green tea. My mother was once the capital's most beautiful woman. Suitors vied for her powerful princes and generals with glorious battle records. Yet she married my frail, helpless father, a son of a concubine, all because of my father's unique tea studies. Ever since I can remember, our home was always filled with the aroma of tea. It was hard for my sister and me not to grow up as little green teas. My sister was studious from a young age, far more capable than me. She rose through the tea world all the way to the emperor's harem, becoming a favored imperial consort. As for me, I was already the emperor's sister-in-law. There was no need to pursue the profound art of tea studies any further. So I cast it aside and began coasting through life. That is, until my first year married to Shen Yu. He returned from the frontier with military honors, bringing back a delicate young woman. Shen Yue slipped his arm around my shoulder and whispered, "Her name is Meng Yun. She's the daughter of one of my father's former subordinates. I brought her to the capital at the request of 2 elders, hoping to find her a suitable match. My lady, would you kindly help me assess her prospects?" He added half-jokingly, "After all, my lady has such discerning taste. You spotted your husband among countless noble sons and princes at first glance." Me. The reason I married him was purely because my father declared my tea skills lacking and my constitution too frail, insisting I needed someone who prioritized romance. Then he selected Shen Yu from the crowd. Though I couldn't have seen it coming, I nodded. That was my father's good judgment. I'll ask him about it when I return in a few days. Shen Yue pinched my cheek. My dear wife truly loves to joke. The next day, Meng Yun came to see me. She shed yesterday's cautious demeanor and flaunted her superiority before me. "I'd imagined you to be some kind of beauty, worthy of marrying a great hero like Brother Shen. Seeing you today, you're nothing special." Me. Chu Shanshan. I hear you're in poor health and forbid other women from approaching Brother Shen. What right do you have to object to him taking concubines? I asked in confusion. Who told you that? Meng Yun smiled softly and said, "Naturally, Brother Shen himself. All the other married soldiers receive letters from their wives at home. Yet Brother Shen hasn't received a single one. He said your delicate health makes letter writing too taxing. But now that I see you look perfectly healthy, it's clear Brother Shen simply doesn't care for youth. That's why he doesn't want your letters." Me. Brother Shen is wise and valiant. Many girls at the frontier border are clamoring to marry him. Yet he claims his family rules are strict and forbid taking concubines. What man doesn't desire multiple wives? Clearly, you're just a jealous woman, forbidding Brother Shen from taking concubines. At that moment, footsteps echoed in the courtyard. Meng Yun's eyes lit up as she slapped herself across the face. This all-too-familiar scene triggered a distant memory. I reflexively threw myself to the ground, gazing tearfully toward the doorway. I remembered this was the iconic scene from when I was 7, when my father framed his rival. The next moment, Shen Yue appeared at the doorway. "It's not your fault, little sister. I just lost my balance." I tilted my neck slightly, striking a fragile yet graceful pose before covering my face and weeping with pear blossoms in the rain. I hurt my face falling too. It looked so tender, yet resilient. So pitiable, yet beautiful. Meng Yun was completely flustered by my seamless performance. Frozen in place, Shen Yui scooped me up in his arms and ordered the servants to fetch a doctor. He shot Meng Yun a displeased look. "What are you doing here?" Only then did Meng Yun remember to explain. She lowered her head slightly, revealing her fair, delicate neck, and spoke softly. "Brother, Shen, Yuner has just arrived at your residence and knows only you. I was afraid others might misunderstand if I sought you out every day. I'd heard you say before that sister is very easy to get along with, so I thought I'd come find her to play." But just as Yuner entered the door, "I don't know what happened," sister suddenly fell. Shen Yue's expression darkened. He ignored the lengthy preamble and demanded, "Suddenly fell. You don't know why." "I don't know." Her eyes brimmed with tears. "Why did Shanshan never fall before? Why did she fall the moment you appeared?" Shen Yue sneered coldly, his anger boiling over. "And you actually dared to strike her face?" Meng Yun froze, desperately denying. "Yuner didn't. I didn't hit, sister. Yuner is innocent. Brother Shen, she truly was innocent." I wiped away non-existent tears from my face and sniffled. "Shen Yu, my sister didn't hit me." Shen Yu sighed, his tone softening considerably. Shan, you're just too kind-hearted. That's why some ungrateful creature trampled on you and flaunted her power." He set me down, his voice laced with coaxing. Shan, don't be afraid. Hit her back. Whatever she did to you, do the same to her. Me." I buried my face in Shen Yu's chest, feigning fear. Inside, I was rolling my eyes. What kind of scheming woman would resort to physical violence in broad daylight? Shen Yue patted my back soothingly and addressed Meng Yun. "My wife is kind-hearted, unlike certain venomous creatures. I brought you to the capital out of respect for your elders. Your ingratitude is one thing, but to bully my wife in my own home. Pack your things and leave first thing tomorrow. This humble abode has no room for a Buddha as large as you." Meng Yun. Meng Yun turned to leave with a wooden expression, but Shen Yu called her back. "Hold on. While the lady forgives you for hitting her, I can't just let it slide." I lifted my head from Shen Yu's embrace, tugging at the corners of my mouth into a pouty smile. "Shen Yu, it's fine. I'm not hurt." Meng Yun was so stunned by my performance, she lost all facial control, her expression contorting. "Fine. Shen Yu, you're something else. Keeping a poisonous snake at home. Are you?" She slapped herself hard across the face and spat. "This is my bad luck. A rough start. Running into you too." With that, she stormed off. I sneered inwardly, playing the innocent act. That's my family's secret art. I was practically steeped in it from birth. Soon after, the Empress Dowager's birthday banquet arrived. Shen Yu and I attended the palace feast together. On the way to the palace, we encountered Shen Yue's cousin, Zhao Yao. Zhao Yao hopped onto our carriage, sizing me up with a critical eye. His tone was sharp as he asked Shen Yu, "Cousin, is this your new wife?" Shen Yue rebuked him. "Show some respect. You should address her as sister-in-law." Zhao Yao scoffed, his words dripping with implication. "Cousin, I hear while you're out fighting wars, certain people back home are eating well and sleeping soundly. Not a care in the world." Shen Yue frowned. "Who's been spreading nonsense now?" "Cousin, I heard from your deputy commander that you'd gaze enviously at the letters his wife sent him every day. You'd ask him daily if any mail had arrived for the Shen household in the capital." Shen Yue's expression instantly turned awkward. He glanced at me and said, "Don't listen to his nonsense. That never happened. Me. We'd only been married half a month when Shen Yue left for the frontier. I truly felt nothing for him. Besides, I'd long since given up on that teal letter charade. So naturally, I wouldn't have played along with him. What's more, the letters he sent each month never asked for a reply. Zhao Yao saw our reactions and instantly realized it was true. He turned to Shen Yu with exasperation. Cousin, you've been at the frontier for so long, and she hasn't sent a single letter. She doesn't care about you at all. This remark triggered my green tea defense mechanism. I spouted my carefully chosen words. The border battles are intense. I only feared that exchanging letters might distract you. Lowering my eyelids, I feigned disappointment, employing a strategy of retreat to advance. Shen Yu, you must be disappointed not to have received my letters. My cousin is right. I haven't been a good wife. Shen Yu clasped my hand, his gaze tender. No. Shanshan is the best wife. Marrying you is a blessing I earned in a past life. Besides, Shanshan and I share a deep connection. I know every thought and feeling you have and no external proof is needed. Her expression shifted instantly as she turned to Zhao Yao. Her voice cold and resolute. You heard that too. Shanshan only fears our correspondence might distract me. Doesn't that show she cares? Zhao Yao. Cousin. Did you lose your mind in battle? Zhao Yao was so furious, he leaped from the carriage on the spot. Upon reaching the palace, the banquet was still some time away. My sister had someone summon me to her chambers. She wore a purple court gown, her head adorned with jewels and golden hairpins. Radiant and captivating, a stark contrast to her usual delicate, innocent image. Noticing my surprise, she blinked and said, Green tea isn't about what she wears or the jewelry she adorns, but what she says and does. After sharing her recent insights on green tea tactics, she suddenly asked, How are things with Shen Yu? I paused and replied, All right. I guess. Me sister raised an eyebrow, her expression anticipating a good show. Lin Yubai is back. You'll likely see him shortly. Me. We green tea practitioners always encounter a certain type of person, those who see right through us at a glance. Like my father's romantic rival, or my sister's romantic rival. But they're high-level players. They've yet to meet someone they can't handle. I'm different. My tea skills are lacking. And I've encountered the most difficult person in my life. Lin Yubai. He's not my romantic rival, but someone who actively opposes me. We've known each other since childhood. Whenever I tried to cultivate my tea skills and spread my charm, he'd instantly see right through me. Because of him, I still don't have a single friend. Fortunately, a few years ago, Lin Yubai passed the imperial exams as top scholar and went to serve as an official elsewhere. Halfway through the palace banquet, the Empress Dowager and the Emperor departed, instantly lightening the atmosphere. The men and women were seated separately. When I stepped outside to clear my head, I encountered Shen Yue's cousin, Zhao Ning, and Lin Yubai's younger sister, Lin Jinggan. Zhao Ning showed no intention of acknowledging me, but Lin Jinggan offered a gentle smile and said, Mrs. Shen, you're here catching some air too. My sixth sense as a green tea expert made me instinctively scan the surroundings. There was a pond here, quite deep, though not deadly. Several ladies were admiring flowers along the corridor. I immediately smiled even more gracefully than she did and replied, Yes. I had a bit too much wine earlier and my head is pounding. Zhao Ning smirked smugly, her words laced with venom. You certainly have reason to have a headache. I heard my cousin Shen brought back a woman from the frontier. Ah, Ning. Lin Jinggan interrupted her. Zhao Ning rolled her eyes dismissively. Sister Jinggan. This has spread all over the capital. She's already lost all face. Me. I said. There is some truth to it. That woman was the daughter of Shen Yue's father's former subordinate. But she returned home because she missed her family too much. Lin Jinggan suddenly covered her mouth. But I heard it was you. She stopped abruptly mid-sentence. Zhao Ning continued. It's obvious you're the jealous one who forced her to leave. I had a pretty good idea what these two were up to. Their back and forth was clearly meant to provoke me, so they could play their roles. I immediately lowered my eyelids, feigning sorrow. No woman in the world would willingly share her husband with another. At this point, I lifted my head again, flashing a smile that was both resolute and aggrieved, as if my love for Shen Yue ran deep in my bones. But if Shen Yue likes it, I'll agree. As long as Shen Yue is happy. I'm happy. Zhao Ning. Lin Jinggan. Their expressions were utterly speechless. One scheme failed, and Zhao Ning grew impatient. Lin Jinggan walked toward me, just a step away. He twisted his ankle. I swiftly found the perfect angle, smiling as I fell backward into the pond under their stunned gazes. From any angle except the front view, it looked like Lin Jinggan had pushed me in. Lin Jinggan. Why didn't you tell me she's such a good actress? Zhao Ning. Damn it. You scheming bitch. Just as I was about to gloat, a force yanked me back, opening my eyes. I saw Lin Yubai's face. He stared at me with a half-smile. My eyelid twitched involuntarily. Zhao Ning panicked instantly, explaining, Lord Lin. She jumped in herself. We didn't push her. Ask Sister Jinggan if you don't believe me. Lin Jinggan's expression was complex. Lin Yubai gave a hollow smile and said, Why the panic? Miss Zhao. Your humble servant saw nothing at all. He glanced at Lin Jinggan, who flinched and said, Second brother. I've been out too long. I should return. With a slight bow, he pulled Zhao Ning away, who still seemed to want to say something. I remained silent throughout. Pretending to be innocent around Lin Yubai was like flirting with a blind man. As I turned to leave, Lin Yubai suddenly drawled, Mrs. Shen, shouldn't you thank me? Thank him. Without him, I'd have shown those two what real scheming looks like. I quickened my pace, but Lin Yubai stepped forward and grabbed my hand, saying, Stop right there. I stared at him in confusion. He sheepishly released my hand and said, Does Shen Yu know your true colors? Tell me. What do you think he'd do if I told him? I shrugged indifferently. Then go ahead and tell him. I didn't love him anyway. Who cared what he thought? No sooner had the words left my mouth than Shen Yue appeared ahead. I hurried toward Shen Yu, who seemed slightly flattered. Why does Shan seem especially affectionate toward me tonight? I replied dismissively. Shen Yu. I'm tired. Let's go home. All right. Just as we were boarding the carriage, Lin Yubai reappeared at the palace gate and called out to Shen Yu, seated in the carriage. I clearly heard their conversation. Lin Yubai said, General Shen, don't let yourself be deceived. Shen Yu, puzzled, asked, Why do you say that? Magistrate Lin. Lin Yubai chuckled. General Shen, your wife here is quite the deceiver. Be careful she doesn't spin you around like a top. Shen Yu's expression darkened. Magistrate Lin. This seems rather meddlesome. General Shen, you may not know this, but Shanshan and I have known each other for a very long time, long before your marriage. Lin Yubai's words were deliberately ambiguous, making it impossible not to interpret them as implying I'd been leading Shen Yue on. Sure enough, we green tea drinkers dread this kind of predestined rivalry most of all. The air hung heavy for a moment before Shen Yu's voice cut through the silence. He said, Why did Shanshan only deceive me and not others? She must love me. He deliberately emphasized the word others. Lin Yubai. Me. At that moment, I had to admit my father had a sharp eye who could spot Shen Yu's suitability for digging wild vegetables among countless others. Moreover, given the overwhelmingly one-sided situation, even a madman like Lin Yubai was helpless when first confronted with a love-struck fool. At grandfather's birthday banquet, I brought Shen Yue back to my maternal home, from afar. I spotted my father and the Prince of Ying happily brewing tea together. The Prince of Ying was my mother's childhood sweetheart and my father's lifelong greatest enemy. After all, one was a scheming manipulator, the other a hypocritical saint. They'd battled for years. And the Prince of Ying lost love in the end. All because he made one misstep in the game. To this day, the Prince of Ying remains unmarried, devoting vast amounts of time and energy to skincare. His complexion rivals even that of the young Shen Yue, prompting my father to guard against him like a thief. After a moment of coughing, moisture welled in my father's eyes. His voice was soft, yet his words cut like a blade. Your Highness, what business is it of yours that my father-in-law celebrates his birthday? My father was a son-in-law by marriage. Prince Ying had resided in our household for a time during his youth. Seeing my father's state only infuriated His Highness. He had never shown him the slightest pity back then. His face twisted as he spat. You've been coughing for decades. Why haven't you died yet? My father smiled serenely. It seems I must disappoint your Royal Highness, though afflicted with this stubborn ailment. It seems my life is simply long, in other words. So what if I'm sick? I just won't die. Does that piss you off? The Prince of England was furious. Of course. But just as he swung his leg out, he caught sight of my mother out of the corner of his eye. Instantly, his kick turned into a throw. My father was quicker. He grabbed the Prince of England and threw himself to the ground instead. He didn't look like someone who might kick the bucket at any moment. The Prince of England gritted his teeth. Yan Huayan, you old bastard. You're truly vicious. But soon, his expression turned innocent as he looked at my mother and said, Sister, Yan Huayan seemed to have a nightmare. He was calling your name when he suddenly collapsed. I turned to Shen Yue beside me. He looked puzzled and murmured, Why does this scene feel so familiar? Clearly, he was beginning to think. I quickly pulled Shen Yue toward the front hall to pay respects to grandfather on his birthday. Lin Yubai was also present. He had once been grandfather's student and was now conversing animatedly with him in the main hall. After some discussion, I learned that Lin Yubai, knowing grandfather's fondness for collecting calligraphy and paintings, had gifted him a genuine masterpiece by a master artistone grandfather cherished most. This made Shen Yu's lavish gift seem rather vulgar by comparison. Midway through the banquet, my father suddenly summoned me to his room. He sighed and asked, Shanshan, do you resent me for unilaterally choosing Shen Yue as your husband all those years ago? Father, what's troubling you? I asked, puzzled. Seeing Shen Yu and Lin Yubai standing together tonight just made me feel a bit sentimental. My father shook his head with a smile. Back then, your grandfather favored Lin Yubai, 17-year-old top scholar. So illustrious. Now he's been entrusted with great responsibility by the emperor. His future limitless. It's not that we didn't consider him, but the Marquis of Yongqing's household was rife with turmoil. A constant battlefield of open and hidden struggles. How could a child raised in such an environment truly be as harmless as he appeared? I stared at my father in horror. Marrying Lin Yubai. That truly was a terrifying prospect. But my father was worrying needlessly. That scoundrel Lin Yubai never once put on a show for me. He always showed me his ugly face. My father sighed again, his tone tinged with disappointment, as if lamenting wasted potential. If you possessed half my abilities, or were as easy to manage as your sister, there wouldn't be a single person or matter in this world you couldn't handle. Leaving the study, I passed a small garden and spotted a familiar figure, Lin Yubai. The gravel path was narrow, and he stood right at the exit, with no one else around. I was about to take a detour when Lin Yubai suddenly spoke. Chu Shanshan. I've been waiting for you for a long time, I asked. Waiting for what? Exactly. What are you waiting for? His tone turned bewildered. You're sick. I turned to take the detour, But the next moment, Lin Yubai grabbed my hand. With a sudden tug, I fell into his arms, the pungent scent of alcohol hitting my nose. Lin Yubai lowered his head, his hot breath brushing my face. Let go. I pushed him, only to find I couldn't budge him. Alarm bells rang in my head. This guy was probably setting me up. Sure enough, footsteps approached nearby. Lin Yubai pulled me into the thicket of roses. Thorns scratched his face as he leaned against the wall behind us and fell asleep, his head tilted to the side. How come he knows my place better than I do? After hiding for a while, I kicked Lin Yubai before crawling out once the area was quiet. A hand gently parted the thorny roses for me. I looked up to find Shen Yue's face staring down at me, making me flinch instinctively. He watched me silently, his lips curved without a trace of a smile. Having fun? Alone under the moonlit flowers. A man and a woman together, no matter how I explained it, it would only make things worse. For the first time, I dropped my fragile facade and looked Shen Yue straight in the eye. I'm disappointed to see you here. Shen Yue's eyes widened slightly, as shocked as if he'd seen a herd of pigs lining up to jump into a river. He couldn't comprehend how such outrageous words could come from his gentle, obedient wife. You've been lying to me. You've been lying from the very beginning. He closed in on me, demanding, what makes him better than me that you can't stop thinking about him? Even after marrying me, you risked discovery to maintain that connection with him. How unfair. At this moment, I felt more wronged than Meng Yan himself. If I told you I was framed, would you believe me? Shen Yue fell silent for a moment, about to speak, when a woman's voice cut through the air. Zhao Ning rushed out from the pavilion outside, exclaiming, "Cousin, she is lying to you." I clearly saw her embracing Magistrate Lin, just Noe was lying inside the bed. You saw it too, didn't you? Cousin. As if to confirm Zhao Ning's words, Lin Yubai's delirious murmur drifted from behind. Shan. Zhao Ning exclaimed triumphantly. Cousin, you heard him. Me. Did I desecrate Lin Yubai's ancestral tomb in my past life? Is this how he repays me now? I sighed, suddenly losing all desire to explain. Playing the innocent victim is exhausting, especially for a man I barely care about. Is this really worth it? The thought brought me sudden clarity. I said, Shen Yu, divorce me. I want to go home and live off my parents. Shen Yue visibly panicked, exclaiming, what nonsense are you spouting? Couples argue all the time who divorces after a single fight. Besides, Lin Yubai seduced you first. What does that have to do with you? It's all Lin Yubai's fault. I looked up at the sky, my voice weak. But Shen Yue glared at Zhao Ning. Apologize to your sister-in-law, or you'll see what happens. Cousin, Chu Shanshan never loved you. Only I truly love you with all my heart. Cousin. Zhao Ning tugged at his sleeve, stamping her foot in frustration. Look at me. Cousin. Shen Yue looked startled for a moment before his expression turned stern. Sorry, but I can't bring myself to like someone who picked their nose at 2 and still wet their pants at 6. The words forced tears back into Zhao Ning's eyes. She reached out to stop Shen Yu from continuing, her small face wooden as she apologized in a flat, emotionless tone. Sister-in-law, I'm sorry. It was my fault. I foolishly dreamed of marrying my cousin. I won't do it again. Me. With Shen Yu's interruption, the divorce matter was shelved. In the days that followed, he deliberately avoided me. Even when we crossed paths, he'd find an excuse to leave hastily. Having resolved to stop pretending, I reverted to my old life. I'd go out shopping whenever I felt like it. Spending money always lifted my spirits. Just as I was enthusiastically trying on clothes, a sharp pain shot through my neck, and I blacked out. When I regained consciousness, I found myself in a dilapidated temple. Voices of Zhao Yao and Zhao Ning drifted in from outside. Sis, guess what cool thing I have to show you? What could possibly be worth seeing out here in the middle of nowhere? Hearing their footsteps draw nearer, I quickly closed my eyes and pretended to be unconscious. I heard the door open and slam shut. Zhao Ning exclaimed in surprise. What's she doing here? What did you do to her? Nothing much. Just knocked her out. Take her back. Take her back. Why? Zhao Yao was confused. Didn't you always like our cousin? That woman Chu Shanshan has him wrapped around her finger. We should have caught her and given her a scare. I used to think so too. Until. Zhao Ning paused. Age is the biggest barrier between us. He's several years older than me. He must know things I'd rather not mention, things I dare not even think about. Do you understand? Zhao Yao shook his head. I don't get it. Zhao Ning seemed to recall some terrible memory and shrieked. Ah, just send her back. I don't care. Hurry up. Take her back the same way you brought her here. Fine. After Zhao Ning left, Zhao Yao suddenly changed his demeanor. He crouched in front of me and sneered coldly. Chu Shanshan, all you've got is a pretty face. Right. If I disfigure it. See if any man will still want you. My sister will be delighted, and my cousin will finally see your ugly soul. He and my sister are the perfect match. What kind of extreme brother-obsessed and sister-obsessed people are these? Zhao Yao drew his dagger. I rolled aside quickly as the blade plunged into the ground. So you were faking it all along. We green tea girls react faster than ordinary. People, how else would we seize opportunities? Zhao Yao, why do you hate me so much? I stood up, maneuvering around him while moving toward the door. If it weren't for you, my sister would have married my cousin. It's all because of you. You bitch. Who knows what kind of love potion you fed him? He met you once and insisted on marrying you. What a bolt from the blue. My father had calculated everything except that Shen Yu had such an extreme cousin. I retorted. That's your cousin's problem. Go ask him. If the pastry tastes bad, you blame the customer instead of the recipe or ingredients. What kind of logic is that? Seeing he couldn't out-argue me, Zhao Yao drew his dagger and lunged. I dodged narrowly as the blade sliced through strands of hair. Seizing the moment, I flung the sand from my hand and turned to run. Trees surrounded us, with Zhao Yao chasing. I couldn't spare time to check directions. I ran wherever a path opened and somehow found the main road. But before joy could take hold, Zhao Yao reappeared in my field of vision. Run. Why aren't you running now? He tilted his head with a smirk, the venom in his eyes starkly contrasting with his innocent smile, a sight that felt eerily unsettling. Just then, the clatter of hooves and wheels echoed as a carriage swept past us, knocking Zhao Yao flat onto the ground. The carriage door swung open, revealing Lin Yubai's face. What a coincidence, he said. I've saved you once again. Lin Yubai's smile was neither warm nor cold, and I couldn't shake the feeling he was up to no good. I tried to run again, but the coachman grabbed me and pulled me into the carriage. The door slammed shut behind us. Lin Yubai said, Shan, why don't we play a game? Let's see if Shen Yui can find you. Are you sick? Why do you have to keep tormenting me? Why? He gave a strange chuckle. Isn't this how we interact? Actually, we could sit down calmly at a table, chat, and sip tea. What do you think? Nothing. I just enjoy watching Miss Chu, who usually acts so weak and harmless in front of others, get all worked up around me. Go to hell. Lin Yubai. The wheels rolled toward the city gates. As we entered, we passed Shen Yu. Just as I was about to cry out for help, Lin Yubai said, Say one word, and I'll kiss you once. I instantly felt as if my throat had been clamped shut, able only to scream silently in my mind. Lin Yubai truly lived up to his reputation as a master manipulator. Certainly knew how to disgust me. After being kidnapped by Lin Yubai for 3 days, I suffered from insomnia for 3 nights straight because I couldn't sleep in unfamiliar beds. He looked surprised. This was your first time at the Shen residence too. So why didn't you have this strange problem? I lay weakly on the soft couch, shaking my head. I don't know. Maybe Shen Yu's scent is just very soothing. I was lying to him. The truth was, it took me a long time to get used to the bed at the Shen residence too. At first, I tossed and turned restlessly as well. Even now, I still sleep in separate rooms from Shen Yuya. Lin Yubai draped a thin blanket over me and said, I wasn't in the capital back then. You'd better not be lying to me. I couldn't tell if it was my insomnia playing tricks on me. But I thought I saw a hint of tenderness in him. I dismissed that strange thought and said, Believe it or not, Chu Shanshan, do you know that every time you lie to me? He paused, then changed the subject. The begonia flowers are blooming again. Another year is nearly over. Confused, I asked, What happens? I won't tell you. I really dislike this person. That night, Shen Yu found me, dressed in night attire. He crouched beside my bed and nudged me awake. I was disoriented for a moment before grumbling. Why did you take so long? If Lin Yubai had wanted to kill me, the grass on my grave would have grown by now. Shen Yue grabbed a cloak nearby and draped it over me, then lifted me up. He whispered, It's my fault. I was too selfish and failed to protect you. When we get back, punish me by making me kneel on the washboard. I won't be allowed to get up until I've kneeled it smooth. Just as we were about to escape successfully, torches illuminated this secluded courtyard. Lin Yubai emerged from the darkness, bow in hand, and observed Shen Yu with regret. It assumed a military officer like you wouldn't be particularly clever, Shen Yue replied. Then I'm truly sorry to disappoint you, Lord Lin. Lin Yubai's smile vanished as he raised his bow. Aiming it at us. Release her, and you may depart unharmed. And if I refuse, will Lord Lin shoot a government official on the spot? There is no Lord Shen here, just a petty thief who dared to break into my residence at night. Lin Yubai chuckled lightly. Shen Yue. Care to see which is faster, me arrows or your speed? Shen Yue set me down and said, Then let's see. Lin Yubai's eyes crinkled. 30 arrows in total. If General Shen can dodge them all, I'll let both of you leave unharmed. I tried to ease the tense atmosphere, hoping to increase their chances of leaving safely. Come on. What's the point of this? Meeting each other is fate. We're colleagues in the official world. We'll inevitably cross paths again. Why resort to violence? Why not sit down calmly for a meal or tea? Lin Yubai replied lightly. Can't you tell it's jealousy? Shanshan, you must be secretly delighted inside. Biswai's smile froze on my face, my expression turning as sour as if I'd eaten something rotten. Lin Yubai really knew how to be infuriating. Look at you. Grinning so hard, your face is frozen. The contest began swiftly. I watched from the side corridor. Lin Yubai's hands never stopped drawing and releasing the bowstring. Each arrow aimed squarely at Shen Yu's forehead. Suddenly, a hidden arrow flew toward me, almost simultaneously. Shen Yue stepped in front of me, shielding me from the strike. The dull thud of the arrow piercing flesh echoed in my ears. Shen Yue turned his head with a smile and said, Lord Lin, not everyone in your household is loyal to you, is it? He acted as if nothing had happened, revealing his true colors after speaking. I quickly embraced the fallen Shen Yue, fuming. Lin Yubai, you're dishonorable. You're cheating. Lin Yubai's face was pale, his eyes filled with complex emotions. He opened his mouth, as if wanting to say something to me, but finally turned to the servant beside him and said, Send them back. The arrow had pierced Shen Yu's back, The physician struggled for a long time to extract the arrowhead, ultimately saving his life. I kept vigil by Shen Yue's bedside, waiting for him to awaken. After all, he'd been wounded for my sake. If he truly died, my conscience would never rest. 3 days later, Shen Yue stirred, though his memory was gone. Sitting up in bed, he asked in confusion, "Who are you?" I stared at him for a long moment before asking, "You really don't remember me?" Shen Yue shook his head. "I'm sorry, young lady. I have no recollection of you." The servants in the mansion cast sympathetic glances my way, clutching my chest. I looked dejected and said, "I was your wife. But you never cared for me at all. You even wanted to divorce me for someone else." Shen Yue looked utterly bewildered, wiping the corners of my eyes with a handkerchief. I added, "Well, this is for the best. Since you don't remember me, you won't remember our broken relationship either. Very well. Write me a letter of divorce. From this day forward, we shall never meet again." The servants in the mansion once again cast sympathetic glances at Shen Yue. Shen Yue clutched his head, groaning in pain. "Ah, my head hurts so badly. I need to rest." "We'll discuss this matter another day," I asked suspiciously. "Weren't you injured in the chest?" His cries of pain halted. Shen Yue clutched his chest and said, "The pain made me start talking nonsense. Shan." He suddenly covered his mouth, silently pulled the edge of the quilt over himself, and hid beneath it. "Very well. Shen Yu, so you were deceiving me. I knew it if it wasn't your head that was injured. How could you have lost your memory?" Shen Yue grumbled from beneath the covers. "I was afraid that after waking up, you'd bring up the divorce again. I didn't expect you'd still mention it under these circumstances. Since you've lost your memory and are no longer the Shen Yue, I knew. Naturally, I have no desire to continue living like this. So you're saying you still want to be with me?" Shen Yue pulled back the blanket, meeting my gaze. "Do you like me?" Without hesitation, I replied, "Shen Yu, I'm your wife." "Of course I like you." The smile on Shen Yue's face gradually faded. He said, "Not as my wife. As Chu Shanshanthi real you. The one Lin Yubai spoke of. Tell me, Shanshan, do you like me?" I froze, suddenly recalling the moment he shielded me from the arrow. The lie caught on my lips, and I said, "Actually, am only touched." Shen Yue smiled, pressing my hand against his cheek. "If I'm sincere enough, touch can turn into love." My heart skipped a beat as I averted his intense gaze. In that moment, I felt Shen Yu was playing the game even better than I was. Shen Yu insisted on sharing a room with me under the pretext of recuperating. His injury healed quickly enough, but he grew increasingly delicate now, even needing me to feed him water. Glancing at the teacup beside him, his voice unconsciously softened, tinged with petulance. "Shan, my hand hurts." I was momentarily speechless and turned to leave. How dare he play the weakling in front of a green tea? Perhaps noticing my constipated expression, Shen Yue realized this tactic didn't work on me. He quickly regained his composure and began reflecting. He muttered under his breath, "What's going on? This used to work perfectly on me. Why isn't it working on her? Me? Damn it! Shen Yue should look in the mirror before playing the weakling. He looks tough enough to punch a raging bear to death." Before I even stepped out of the courtyard, I saw Zhao Yao being wheeled over in his wheelchair. Shen Yu appeared silently behind me, half embracing me as he stared at Zhao Yao with icy eyes. "Apologize." Zhao Yao looked reluctant but had no choice. "I'm sorry," Shen Yue asked. "Who owes whom an apology?" Zhao Yao shuddered. "Sis-in-law, I'm sorry. I was just out of my mind." I crossed my arms. "I don't forgive you. You woman." I already apologized, what more? Under Shen Yu's menacing glare, Zhao Yao's voice trailed off. Shen Yue sneered coldly. Uncle sent you here believing you'd learned your lesson. But now it seems old habits die hard. Kidnapping and disfiguring today, what will you do tomorrow? Murder in broad daylight. He took the dagger offered by an attendant, stepped forward, and blocked my view. This is for the best. If you were weeping and wailing, I wouldn't know how to bring myself to do this. Zhao Yao cried out in terror. Cousin, what are you doing? I'm your cousin. My father is your own uncle. You can't treat me like this. Shen Yue replied. Zhao Yao, you should know I never let a grudge go unavenged, cousin. Ah. Zhao Yao screamed before quickly fainting. Shen Yu wiped the blood from his fingers with a handkerchief, turning to shield the bloody scene. Lin Yubai broke his leg, so I could only leave a scar on his face. Shanshan, do you blame me for showing mercy? I asked. How did you know he was the one who kidnapped me? Investigate, and you'll find out. Zhao Yao is your uncle's only son. Now he's lost a leg and his face is disfigured. How will he ever find a wife? It matters not. I'll handle things with my uncle. I voiced my concern. Shen Yu, you needn't go to such lengths for me. Shen Yue cut me off, his gaze earnest. Zhao Yao is his family's only heir. But aren't you your family's treasure? Cherished and raised with care. Why should you suffer injustice after marrying me? My family ties may be thin, but that doesn't mean I can't love someone. I froze, recalling what my father had said before our marriage. Shen Yue's parents died young, and though he grew up enduring scorn, he never turned bad. Such a child is resilient and ruthless, but never base. Even if we later fell out as husband and wife, I could walk away unscathed. A few days later, Shen Yue suddenly moved back into the study. Before, I wouldn't have given it a second thought. But lately, for some reason, I'd grown curious about him. When I approached the study, I saw an attendant changing Shen Yue's bandages. His back was crisscrossed with whip marks. This must be what he meant by confession. The attendant asked in confusion, General, why keep this from the lady? Shen Yu, propped up on a soft couch by the window, replied, A feigned injury only works once. If I use it too often, she'll start to feel sorry for me. The attendant looked bewildered, uttering an ah before asking, But won't it stop working if you use it too often? Shen Yue sighed, his smile sweet. Little Li, you'll understand once you're married. Little Li quietly prodded his wound. General, you've moved out this time. What excuse will you use next time to move back in? Shen Yu's smile froze. I couldn't help but laugh out loud, caught by both of them. Shen Yue jerked his head up, wincing as the movement tugged at his wound. Did you hear that? Shanshan. I did. I stepped into the room and sat down beside the couch. How come I never noticed how amusing you are before? It's not too late for you to notice now. Shanshan. Shen Yue shot a discreet glance at Xiao Li, who didn't catch the hint. He bowed and stood stiffly by the door. Shen Yue gritted his teeth. Xiao Li. Spoiling the mood has consequences. Xiao Li finally got the message and hurried out, closing the door behind him. Shen Yue rested his head on my lap. Why did you come over? I suddenly had the urge to see what you were doing. Seems my sincerity paid off. Shanshan's finally taking initiative to care about me. Had already dressed, concealing those gruesome wounds. I asked, Does it hurt? He paused, then pressed my hand to his face. It did hurt, but hearing Shanshan say that, suddenly it doesn't. Am I some kind of medicine? Maybe you are Shen Yu's cure. Shen Yu chuckled softly. Why do you go silent whenever sweet words are spoken? It leaves me at a loss for what to say next. It's not your fault. Last time those words came from my father, and they left me feeling rather conflicted. Winter arrived swiftly. In years past, our family would retreat to Fangwu Mountain for a few days around this time. It was where my parents first fell in love. Once a schoolhouse. My mother taught swordsmanship there. After the students relocated, my father purchased the place and converted it into a residence. My sister, consumed by palace intrigues these past years, finally found time this year. She built a snowman in the courtyard with my little niece. My mother practiced swordsmanship while my father swung on a swing, clutching a hot water bottle. For some reason, I brought Shen Yui along this year. My father and sister exchanged glances, both raising an eyebrow simultaneously. Shen Yue respectfully greeted each of them in turn, unaware of the tension. My mother gave a gentle nod. Shen Yu, you've come at the perfect time. Join me for some sword practice. While they sparred, my sister handed our little niece to a maid and led me outside. Why did you bring him? I thought you and Lin Yubai would be together privately. Why him? You two are like star-crossed lovers. Look how angry you get around him, you. You could practically roll your eyes to the heavens. I pulled a sour face, and my sister finally stopped teasing me. True love is hard to find. Mutual affection is rare. Shen Yue is truly lucky, made my sister see him in a different light. I voiced the question weighing on my heart. Sister, why did you enter the palace back then? She pondered for a moment before saying, perhaps I was bored. I wanted to tame an emperor and show everyone. When we returned, Father and Shen Yue were playing chess. Snowflakes drifted down from the sky, and the accumulated snow on the ground soaked through my shoes and socks. Returning to my room to change, I spotted a brocade box atop the dressing table. Opening it, I found a crab-apple blossom hairpin engraved with the character kindness. I asked the maid stationed there, "Who sent this?" The maid replied, "Have you forgotten? Miss, young Master Lin sent it a year ago. When you were selecting a husband." I thought for a moment. Yes, that did happen. I hadn't paid much attention to what he'd sent then, just tossed it aside. Now that I think about it, could Lin Yubai actually like me? The thought sent a chill through me, and a strange feeling slowly rose within. Could the person who's been opposing me actually have feelings for me? Is he opposing me because he likes me? Damn it. This is scarier than Shen Yue having a child. Shen Yue entered from outside and saw my twisted expression. He asked, "What's wrong with this hairpin?" He leaned closer and read the character Lin engraved on the other side. Now it was his turn to look twisted. An eerie silence filled the room. Shen Yue quickly regained his composure. Pulling me to sit by the bed, he crouched down to help me change out of my soaked shoes and socks. Perhaps to break the awkwardness, he chuckled softly. "Be more careful next time. We'll pretend I didn't see this. Me." He looked up at me. Sean, don't feel guilty. Whether you love me or not doesn't really matter. As long as you're willing to stay by my side and let me love you. That's enough. Guilty. It'd only turn the tables on him. I sighed deeply. Shen Yu, I always thought you were different from other men. So you feel the same way about me too. Shen Yue blinked, a look of confusion crossing his face. It's okay. Even if you want to divorce me, I won't blame you. How could that be? You'll be the only wife I ever have in this lifetime. Really. But you don't seem to trust me at all. Shen Yue paused before saying, Shan, I love you. That's all that matters. But Shen Yu, trust is crucial. Too many misunderstandings piled up will gradually erode all affection. I shifted gears. You could ask me about this hairpin. Why did Lin Yubai give it to me? He beamed with surprise. I can ask. I thought you'd find my prying annoying. Mouth opened, but no words came. Shen Yue was pure and straightforward in matters of the heart, a true master of wild herbs. I didn't know how he interpreted my silence. He gripped my wrist, his smile radiant. So Shan is concerned about me now? Worried I might be hurt by these misunderstandings. Perfect. No need for me to waste effort deceiving him. He's quite adept at fooling himself. My sister had intended to invite us to dinner, but overheard our conversation. She clapped her hands and exclaimed, "That makes sense. That makes sense. Shen Yu, come to the table. Grab a piece of meat to nourish your brainer. Your body," as the year drew to a close. Shen Yue grew busier. He stayed on Fang Wuxian for only a day before departing. The emperor also sent men to escort my sister and little niece back to the palace. After seeing them off, father and mother retired for their afternoon nap, while I sat on the swing, lost in thought. In the distant snow, a figure approached under an umbrella, stopping outside the fence. The umbrella lifted slightly, revealing Lin Yubai's face. I asked, somewhat puzzled, "What brings you here?" He replied, "I still feel a lingering reluctance in the past." I would have suspected Lin Yubai was plotting something underhanded again. Now, I only felt awkward. I pretended not to notice and ignored him. Lin Yubai pushed open the wicker gate, walked over, and crouched down before me. "Chu Shan," he asked. "What are you scheming in your mind now? What new trick are you preparing to pull on me?" Unable to endure this strange atmosphere, I returned indoors, retrieved the brocade box, and tossed it at him. "I heard you had it sent to me. I don't like it. Take it back." He paused, then said, "The begonia symbolizes longing and represents a love that endures." Lin Yubai suddenly smiled and added, "You already know, don't you?" I pointed to the hairpin in my bun and said, "Lord Lin, I am already married. So what? You have no kindness in you. But surely you know propriety and decency." "I am a married woman. What good has all this propriety and decency done me, if I can't do what I want?" He paused, his expression hardening. "Have you fallen for Shen Yu?" He seized my wrist, his eyes raging with fury. "We met first. I came first. I couldn't break free." And anger surged within me. "So what if we met first? I don't like you at all. Just because you came first doesn't mean I have to like you. What kind of logic is that?" The words had barely left my mouth when Lin Yubai was shoved to the ground. Shen Yue's voice was icy. "She said she doesn't like you." "Lord Lin, you really are shameless." Lin Yubai sneered coldly. "And what are you?" "Shen Yu. You're nothing but a lucky bastard whose parents died young, leaving you without a family to drag you down." His eyes lifted, revealing a contemptuous mockery. "You think she truly loves you? Give up, Shen Yu. You're just as pitiful as I am. What good is marrying her? She won't love you, and she never will." Shen Yu, who only ever listened to what he wanted to hear, curled his lips into a smug smile. "Can't be helped. Lord Lin, I just had better luck than you. I married Shan. Me, Lin Yubai, for the first time." He was so exasperated by this hopelessly love-struck fool that he rolled his eyes, rising from the ground. He clung to the last shred of his dignity. Shen Yu leisurely picked up the silk box that had fallen to the floor and tossed it into Lin Yubai's arms. "Your hairpin, Magistrate Lin. Goodbye." Lin Yubai turned to look at me, as if waiting for me to say something. Shen Yue tugged my sleeve discreetly from the side, and the two men began sparring again. I said, "Minister Lin, the roads are slippery in the snow. Take care on your way." Lin Yubai twisted his mouth into a bitter smile. "Chu Shan, you've always been ruthless with me. What else could I do? Let him stay and join us." Making Shen Yu wear a green hat right then and there. "I'm a manipulative schemer. Not insane." Lin Yubai turned and stepped into the swirling snow, his retreating figure lonely and desolate. I asked Shen Yu, who was grinning like a victorious general, "Why did you come back? Did you leave something behind?" Shen Yue shook his head. No. I spotted Lin Yubai's carriage on the road. It's peak season now. Yet he's loafing around like he's out for a spring stroll. I knew he was up to no good. All right. I really must go now. He cupped my face and brushed his forehead against mine affectionately. Have fun here with your parents-in-law. When you've had enough, I'll come pick you up. Oh, and this year will be our first New Year together. Where do you want to spend it? Here with your parents. Where do you want to spend it? Whatever you say. Wouldn't that be awkward? Won't your uncle mind? No. I've always spent New Year's alone. Why? Did he treat you badly? Shen Yuye sighed helplessly. I grew up eating meals at different people's houses. Which family would care about a stray child? I looked at him with pity. How pitiful you are.n. A wonder he's become such a hopeless romantic. I walked Shen Yui to the gate, hugged him, and patted his back. It's okay. Shen Yu, your family now. If you miss me, just send a letter. Remember to bundle up when it's cold. Drink water when you're thirsty, and eat when you're hungry. He looked into my loving eyes, his expression complex. After seeing Shen Yue off once more, I returned to my room and found my father waiting. He sat at the table, draped in a fox fur robe, and said, "Seeing how well you get along with that wild Shen Yu, your father can finally rest easy. Me. He must have been there all along." He cleared his throat and continued. That Lin Yubai Lativ observed him for some time. His temperament is rather extreme. He loves with all his heart and hates with all his soul. There's no guarantee he won't change his mind one day. Father, do you trust Shen Yu that much? Not exactly. But among those you could handle with your limited skills. Shen Yui stands out as the most capable. Don't look so defiant. If I'd sent you to the palace, within half a month I'd have been scrambling to bribe officials just to keep you alive, after Shen Yui returned. He sent me a letter every day. I felt we'd only been apart a few days and didn't miss him much. So I didn't reply. Until the messenger, little Li, said, "Madam, just write back to the general. Even if it's just the word 'get lost.' My duty is already annoying enough. But the general keeps asking me about you every day. I really want to bang my head against the wall." So I wrote Shen Yue a letter. Word is, he brags about it to everyone, no matter what they're discussing. He always ends with, "Ah." Yes, my wife specifically wrote to remind me of this yesterday, when Shen Yue came to fetch me. It was already the 12th lunar month. I was building a snowman outside when I looked up and saw him standing before me. He smiled. "Haven't seen you in days. Did you miss me? Shan." I held out my hands, and he slipped them into his coat, wrapping his arms around me. "Yes," I said, with him writing a letter every single day. It was hard to forget him. Even my father, that old schemer, hissed when he saw those letters, saying, "That poor kid Shen Yuehei could eat wild greens for the rest of his life." After bidding farewell to my parents, we returned to the Shen residence. The mansion was adorned with bright red lanterns, radiating festive cheer. Gazing at Shen Yue holding my hand, I suggested, "Let's spend New Year's Eve at home." He nodded without hesitation. "All right, do. You know how to set off firecrackers." "My mother does. Every year." My father pretends to be scared and hides beside her, just so she'll comfort him. It happens every year, and every year she falls for it. This year, on the first day of the new year, we'll go over there. You set off the firecrackers and expose my father's true colors. That way I really won't get beaten. He suddenly realized something, his voice trembling slightly. "You mean home? Is this it?" I nodded. "Yes. My second home." Shen Yue smiled, lips pressed together. Yet he looked a little aggrieved. "I have a home now." He hugged me. resting his chin on my hair, his voice muffled. When I was little, kids my age would always tell me to go back to my home. But I didn't have a home. I didn't know where to go. I remember when I was 12. Someone said that again. I ran out. Just kept running and running until I fell down. Back then, I thought, why does everyone else have a home but me? Will I always be alone? Shanshan. I'm actually terrified of loneliness. Every New Year's. Seeing all the festive scenes makes me feel like I don't belong. But this year, looking at those red lanterns, I felt truly happy. He sniffed. It's so good to have you here with me. I patted his back, comforting him. From now on, I'll always be by your side. You can stay happy like this forever. I don't believe you. You have to make a pinky promise. You're so childish. That's a game only kids play. When I was a kid, I didn't have any friends. Fine, I sighed, letting go of him and extending my pinky. Pinky swear. He hooked his pinky over mine and said, you can't change this for 100 years if you break it. Shen Yue becomes a puppy. Shen Yue stamped his seal with satisfaction. The vow is made. I'll always be happy. Or else I'll turn into a little dog. Me. On the morning of the first day of the new year, I suddenly woke up. In the past, my father would have roasted chestnuts ready by my bedside at this hour, so I could eat one upon waking. Eating candied chestnuts at the start of the new year symbolized a smooth and prosperous year ahead. My father used to buy the chestnuts himself. Now that I'm married, I nearly forgot this tradition. I hurriedly got up, washed, and left the house quickly with my 2 personal maids. When I returned with the candied chestnuts, the atmosphere in the mansion was gloomy. Little Lee sighed with relief upon seeing me. I asked, what's wrong? Why is everyone looking so down on New Year's Day? Little Lee said, Madam, we all thought you'd left the general behind and returned alone. Where's Shen Yu? The general came looking for you early this morning but couldn't find you. Now he's off somewhere sulking. I kept only 1 bag of candied chestnuts for myself, distributing the rest to the Shen household staff through Xiao Li. After searching for a long while, I finally found Shen Yu staring blankly by the pond. Ice had formed on the water's surface, and snowflakes clung to his shoulders. I walked over and brushed the snow from his shoulders. He stared at me blankly and said, I almost turned into a little dog. His complaint sounded so aggrieved. I picked up a candied chestnut and said, open your mouth. Shen Yuo obediently opened his mouth, and I fed him the still warm chestnut. Sweet. Shen Yue won't turn into a puppy. This year will be smooth sailing and peaceful for you. Shen Yue will also have a smooth and peaceful year. With everything going well, I stood on tiptoe and kissed his lips. Wow, your mouth is sweeter than chestnuts. Shen Yu's face flushed redder than the chestnuts in an instant. By the time we arrived at my parents' home, it was already noon. The entire family gathered around the table for lunch. My brother-in-law Tianzi was there too, feeding our little niece. Grandpa and Grandma were quite reserved. My mother, perpetually icy-faced, showed no emotion, while my father was much more relaxed. My father picked up a pair of chopsticks and served Shen Yue some food. Shen Yue. This is shepherd's purse. Try some. I picked it especially for you. My sister and I exchanged a glance and buried our heads in our food. Shen Yue was flattered. Thank you. Father-in-law. How does it taste? Very fragrant. Excellent cooking, Badavi, father smiled meaningfully. Silly boy. After lunch, our family would set off firecrackers. Traditionally, my mother lit the first one, symbolizing a prosperous new year, free from illness and disaster. I mentioned this to my mother, and she agreed immediately. When Shen Yue went to light the firecrackers, I mimicked my father's old manner, tugging Shen Yu's sleeve and hiding behind him, fearing Shen Yu might genuinely think I was scared. I acted rather unconvincingly though, This was precisely how my father behaved when my mother wasn't watching. Sure enough, my mother sensed something amiss and glanced at my father, who stood nearby, utterly unafraid. His expression, which had been half smiling at me, instantly softened when he met her gaze. His eyes crinkled into a gentle smile. Ayu, it's the new year, saying this. He took my mother's hand and pressed himself close to her. My mother looked at their clasped hands and suddenly understood. It's okay. I'm here, I whispered to Shen Yu. Look. Look. The real deal. The firecrackers were too loud. Shen Yue didn't hear me and missed seeing my father's true colors. I sighed regretfully. Oh, what a shame. You didn't see his real face, Bivif. Father had approached unnoticed. He tapped me on the head and said darkly, playing tricks with your father. My true face is your father. Shen Yu rushed to shield me. After supper, Shen Yu and I made our way home amid the fireworks and firecrackers. I was drunk and refused to ride in the carriage, so he had no choice but to carry me on his back toward home. A white figure brushed past us, and I felt his body stiffen, lying on Shen Yu's back. I didn't pay much attention and said, Shen Yu, I think I'm falling for you. Shen Yu gradually relaxed, his pace steady as he asked, Is this drunken talk? What if you renege tomorrow morning? No, I won't renege. Then I'll take your word for it. You can't go back on your promise. Or else, I cut in immediately. This world will gain a little dog named Shen Yu. Ha ha ha. Shen Yue shook his head helplessly. You really are drunk. I suddenly pulled up, wrapping my arms around his neck and pulling him closer. I kissed his cheek and said, I might be drunk, but my mind is perfectly clear. My lips still know how to kiss you. Shen Yue chuckled softly. I believe you, Shen Yu. The alcohol took hold, and I started babbling nonsense. I poked Shen Yu's shoulder with my finger and asked, Who are you? He replied, Shan. My name is Shen Yu. I'm your husband. I let out an O and lay back down. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a lonely figure standing in the cold wind. I asked again, Then who is that? Shen Yue replied, Lin Yubai, my romantic rival. Why isn't he home sleeping in the middle of the night? Why is he watching us here? I don't know. Maybe he's jealous. That's weird. Sleepiness washed over me, and my eyes closed involuntarily. Suddenly, I snapped them open, fuming. I remember now. Lin Yubai is the one who made me friendless. He's utterly despicable. Shen Yu chuckled softly. Yes, he is despicable. How could he do such a thing? He's truly a villain. I nodded vigorously. Yes, a villain. You're the first person to curse him with me. You're so kind. Shen Yu, let's be friends. What's that saying again? Oh, I remember. A friend from afar, though distant, must be slain. Shen Yu. Hee hee. Thank goodness, you're my husband. The fireworks finally fell silent. In the quiet night, Shen Yue called my name. Shan. We're home and me home and yours. The story ends here. Thank you all for your company. See you in the next chapter.